Hello, everybody. Welcome. Noel, the Red Devil here. We are here for Manchester United versus Lens. Eric Ten Hag is just at being interviewed there. He said it's important that United keep up the momentum, and now it's a time where players can play 90 minutes and they have to get, obviously, the time in their legs, the playing time in their legs. I'm watching live now. I'm actually a bit late, so I don't know if we've introduced our new striker, but it doesn't look like it. The players are out on the pitch there warming up. So, what is the team sheet for today's game? Well, if Eric Ten Hag's comments are go by, they'll be playing 90 minutes. Onana, Martinez, Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Delo, Anthony, Shaw, Garnacho, and the subs are Heaton, Kovar, which I'm delighted to see Kovar in there, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Ericsson, Hannibal, Pellistri, Van der Beek, Forson gets another go on the bench, and we got Sancho. I'm just glad Sancho's not playing in the number or the false 9 position, because I don't, some United fans, I don't know what kind of football they're watching. They seem to think that he's going to be okay in that false 9 position. I disagree. We bought him as a winger and it hasn't worked out. Now, a lot of people are saying that we should keep him for another season. That's all well and good saying that. Yeah, we'll keep him for another season. But what happens if he has another season like he did last season? Right? And then Eric Ten Hag decides, okay, yeah, maybe this isn't going to work out. Do you think we're going to get 80 million for Jadon Sancho next year? Right? I'm not saying we'd get 80 million now, but we'd get a decent price for him now. Right? We could get around 40, 45 million for him now. Right? If we wait another season and he has another poor season, right? We're not getting 40, 45 for him. Right, we'd be lucky if we can get rid of 25, 30 million. Look at Harry Maguire, for example. The news is he's not happy with West Ham's bid of 20, I think it's between 20 and 25 million. He thinks it's an insult. We bought him for 80. He was never worth 80. In fairness, he was worth about 50, 60 at most. But United attacks, and we paid over the odds for him. But we're not going to get the money that we want for him either. So we got to be smart about this. So look, Jadon Sancho has the. I'm being honest. Jadon Sancho has a lot to prove to a lot of United fans, and we've got Mason Mount in the team, which a lot of people haven't been impressed with pre-season. I haven't, certainly, I have to say. Onana, we'll see as the games go on with Onana, but I've been actually kind of impressed with his passing ability and stuff like that. And he's always out of the box, very exciting player, goalkeeper to watch, but he will make mistakes. It'll be interesting to see. We have signed Haaland apparently, but there was some sort of delay. I don't know what the delay was. I haven't been on the channel in a couple of days, guys, since the last preseason game. So I'm just catching up on a lot of stuff. But during the week, we will fully catch up, and I will do those streams, and we'll catch up on all the news and all the stuff that's going on. But I have to be honest with you. We need that striker, and we'll see what happens. But Rashford was interviewed on the overlap when he did his Portugal training session. A lot of players do their own personal training sessions now before their pre-season training, and Rashford obviously, and a lot of other players. Now, there has been some criticism in some corners of the fandom, and with a lot of fans, actually. It's not just with United fans. We've seen images of Rashford and Foden and a couple of the English players in this training camp together training, and a lot of fans believe they shouldn't be doing that because we're rival players and stuff like that. But it's their own personal camp. I don't mind. They're supposed to be still on holiday, but they decide that the players nowadays, when Rashford was talking about it, they decide to do their own little personal training camp. So I have no problem with that up until a point. But, you know, I think people are getting a bit ridiculous and over the top over that one. Of course, Mason Greenwood still continues to dominate. Apparently, a decision is going to be made soon. The sooner the better, in my opinion, because I've seen this. I've seen the Manchester United fans turn on each other, and I'm going to make one thing absolutely clear here, right? I don't think we should keep Rashford because it'll be just too messy, right? From all different points of view, right? It'll just be too messy. But also, we did all hear the audio and we all did see the photographs, right? But I will say this to the United fans that are going around on a blocking spree and blocking anybody that wants to keep Rashford. Listen, I'm not even going to do that, right? That's absolutely ridiculous. You just want to cop onto yourselves, right? Because some of you fans are the very same fans that have no problem with Sheikh Jazim coming in and taking over Manchester United, right? Where does Sheikh Jazim come from? Right? He comes from a state, Qatar, right, that has a lot of problems, right? We've seen it during the World Cup as well, the building of the stadiums, right? The human rights violations. So if you have any sort of moral compass, which is are all trying to make out that you all do, then you wouldn't be in favour of a Qatari takeover. But you draw, so this is what it is. You draw the line at domestic abuse and violence, but you have no problem of ignoring the fact that hundreds, maybe thousands of people died building those stadiums for the World Cup. We've heard all the stories, right? Gary Neville and all his media buddies tried to put this positive spin on Qatar, right? Now you could buy that hook, line, and sinker if you want to, right? Still doesn't negate the fact that that state has problems. Now, Sheikh Jazim is an individual from that state, and that's what the United fans will say. But if you're that naive and that stupid, well then, you know, I've no time for you. Okay? Bottom line is that if you're a fan that's blocking Manchester United fans because they want Mason Greenwood back, but yet you back a Qatari takeover, then you're a hypocrite as far as I'm concerned. Right? Where's your moral objections when it comes to Sheikh Jazim taking over the club then? Right? Now, as I said, I'll make it clear, I think it'd be best for United not to have Mason Greenwood in the team anywhere near the squad, because from you know, we've already seen it, what it's going to be like. Fans blocking each other, fighting with each other. The media then are going to be on top of this. Mason Greenwood's going to be all over the news, right? There's no amount of interviews that he does that's going to convince a certain minority of Man United fans that he's innocent, right? And then on top of that, then you've got the women's football team who have threatened to go on strike if he comes back into the fold. And you know what? I don't blame them. I actually don't blame them. If I was a woman and I seen them, and you know that there's a bloke around that's capable of doing that. So we have to be mindful. Just get rid of them or put them out on loan until we can sell them. That's the easiest solution, right? But for you United fans that are blocking all these fans that want Mason Greenwood back, but he's all back in Qatar to take over, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite because he's had no moral objection to a state that we've seen all the reports, right? It doesn't matter what Gary Neville, Gary Lineker, and all of these other media types, when they were trying to put a positive spin on Qatar. Remember Piers Morgan and all was over there. You know, do you think they were over there for nothing? Do you think they went over there goodwill? Oh, we'll help the Qataris out. No. There was like, Gary Neville, you talk nice about Qatar, here's a nice paycheck for you, right? That's exactly what happened. All of those journalists that went over there were paid by the Qatari state, right? So do you think they're going to take the money and then turn around and say, oh, well, the Qataris are a bunch of bloody blah, 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 blah? Of course they're not. Anyway, the players are coming off the pitch. Oh, no, some of the staff is. Sorry. Oh, it's the other team. They're coming off the pitch now. They're walking past the cameras. They want to be famous. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got the missus joining me and the dog. Hello. How is everybody? How are you, Ted? Yeah, Man United's on. Yeah. He's a little shit, he is. But he's a deadly little dog. So yeah. Raphael Varane is obviously fit. A lot of United fans are getting worried that he's going to be injured through the season. Listen, Roy, Raphael Varane is a great defender, but Real Madrid knew what they were doing when they were selling them to us. They knew that he was going to be a lot more injury prone. He's still a great defender, yeah, and he will be vital for us during the season, but he won't play the whole season for us. There's no way that Raphael Varane stays fit all season, right? So that's why it's important we get another defender in, or we give Harry Maguire another chance. And I don't think giving Harry Maguire another chance is going to go down well with United fans. But at the end of the day, I don't think Harry Maguire, bar that, I mean, he is, I have to be honest, when I watched him pre-season, right, he's either the most unluckiest player in the world or he's really just that bad that things just had the ball just gravitates to him. But he nearly scored an own goal heading the ball away, right? He literally headed the ball, it skimmed off his head and it hit the bar, right? But besides that incident, right, and one or two misplaced passes, pre-season Harry hasn't been bad. He's still slow though. That's my problem. His passing is brilliant actually. So they've worked on that with him, right? But he's still too slow. He'll pick the ball up, right? He'll hold the ball. He'll hold the ball, right? And he'll look around. But by the time he looks around, the other team get back into their shape. Whereas if Harry was just a little bit, picks the ball up and sees the player straight away and knocks that ball, we're away. But he can't do that. That's why we have Martinez in the team, because Martinez can do that. But now we've got Onana, the goalkeeper, so we can push the defenders up. So maybe Harry will be less exposed, but then people are saying, well, if there's a ball knocked over the top, he's a gunner. That's true because we saw it with Johnny Evans and he has no pace. So we do need another defender. Who we get, if we get, I don't know. We'll just bring someone in that's better than Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire, because we're going to keep Victor Lindelof, which I don't think has done too bad. But again, he was at fault for one of the goals that we scored or that we conceded. I think he was at fault for the second Borussia Dortmund goal. I mean, to be 1-0 up with literally 1 minute to go. It was 1 minute to go. Right, we're 1-0 up. We're cruising against Borussia Dortmund. We look like we're going to win this game comfortably. And then we go 2-0 down in 1 minute. Half time, we go in the dressing room. Right, then we get back into the game. Then we get players sent off. Oh, man. Pre-season's been mad. Pre-season's been mad. Anyway, when they're kicked off now, Old Trafford is... See, again, right? This is the time, right? This is a pre-season game. This would have been the perfect time for all the United fans that are over there that can afford to be there and outside the stadium. This would have been the chance for them to get their message across today to the Glazers, in fairness. But Old Trafford is going to fill up. And the Glazers know that. There are a couple of empty seats there. I can see a couple of empty seats, but there's people coming in. You can see them coming in. So the stadium is going to fill up. It's going to be a full out. Well, actually, looking at it now, maybe not. Maybe not this. I mean, this will be Old Trafford full. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because you won't hear it. So we got MUTV interviewing. You don't have your woman on today. Your woman that's been doing the American tour. You got your bloke. So yeah, I'm not going to make any score predictions because every time I do, it ends up going wrong. But if you are watching and listening, don't forget to give us a like, share, subscribe, all the usual. And we will see where we go with this, man. Just gonna share the link there. Forgot to share the link. I'm always forgetting to take me own as voice, except for the like part. But the share, and obviously I don't need to subscribe. But so yeah, interesting. But there you go. You know, Manchester United fans. There's the megastar, right? And they're actually shown. They're outside the megastar now, and there's fans gone into the megastar, right? So you know, it's all well and good, you know, people calling for United fans not to buy the jersey and not to buy anything in the mega store. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. And even if they don't go to the mega store, so the jersey was sold out here in Dublin, right? This was actually, sorry, not literally, this was the last jersey, right? But this is not the replica. This is the authentic one. This was 110 quid, right? Now this was a birthday present. So, and I'm not using that, but it was a birthday present. So you know, but again, United fans are not gonna not buy the jersey, no matter what people say out there, YouTubers, social media accounts out there. You can't. United fans are not gonna. They're gonna buy their colours. It's as simple as that. And I can see a lot of the new jersey in the stadium right now. Right, it's not going to change. Right. The thing about it is, you know, the Glazers will go. Right. We were all hoping when they made the announcement in November that it was going to be sooner rather than later, right? There could be a possibility that they're still here when the season starts. It looks like it's going to be the case, right? They could hang on until next year, right? Now, we mightn't like that, right? Fans can protest all they want, but what I'm trying to say is this, right? The Glazers have already proved, right? You hear media reports that the Glazers are afraid of fan protests and all that. No, they're not. They never have been and never will be. Um, they don't care, right? They will leave when they get the money that they want, right? It's as simple as that. Right? They're not going anywhere until they get the money that they want, right? Now, all I'm concerned about right now is did the manager get the players that he wants, right? And so far, see, that does seem to be the case. Now, we will judge the transfer window when it closes officially at the end of August, right? And there he is. Our new striker has been introduced. Haaland, he's here. He's here. Oh my God. I hope this kid works out because I have me doubts, man. But look at that reception he's getting. Oh my God. I'm feeling a bit because we haven't had a striker in a long, long time. Have we a proper one that's, oh my God. And the media again, right? The media again spinning this about how much we paid for him. Yeah, we have paid over the odds, and I won't say we haven't, right? But to say that Haaland was cheaper and all of this, yeah, Haaland was cheap because he had a release clause, right? This guy didn't. And as well, they were saying about Nunes, you know, he cost whatever he cost, and he has the same amount of goals as Nunes. But there you go. He's got no number on the jersey yet though. He's getting a big cheer. He's getting a standing ovation, lads. Oh man. A new fucking striker. A new striker. Oh, this is big. Oh, the game, Man United fans, so you could take a selfie so they could put it up on the website. So look out for that, folks. Look out for that. Right, there you go. He's introduced. Crowd love it. He's walking off the pitch now. He looks very calm for a 20 odd year old kid, man. He looks very calm, man. If he turns out to be, seriously, if he turns out to be the player that everybody thinks he is, we're going to do very well. Oh, I'd love to see him play tomorrow, but it's too soon. It's too soon. We're not going to see him until the start of the season. And even then, Eric Ten Hag, you know what he's like? He likes to break players in slowly. So, you know, it'll probably be 3 or 4 games into the season before we actually see him start a game. Oh, yes. He's loving it. He is loving it. There you go, lads. Oh, see, they keep saying so much potential. See, I don't go off by YouTube clips, you know, and nobody's been sitting there watching, no Manchester United fan has been sitting there watching Atalanta all season either, or all last season, right? So he's unproven, right? He's unproven. He's gotten 10 goals, the same as Darwin Núñez for Liverpool, but obviously Núñez is in the Premier League. He was playing Italy. He seems to have the confidence. He seems to have an arrogance about him. Even the way he walked onto the pitch and walked off the pitch. But you could see he was very humble at the same time. He knows that he's at the right club because Eric Ten Hag will get the best out of him. He does develop players very well, I think. But the match is about to kick off now. Right, so they're coming out onto the pitch. Oh, nah. Bruno Fernandes, Capitano. Deserves it. Deserves it, man. Anybody deserves to be captain. It's Bruno. And if I hadn't been Bruno, I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have minded Martinez being captain. But out at Old Trafford, this is very good doing this at pre-season and showing these games as well. Little bit of extra revenue as well. And as I said, the Glazers are going nowhere until they get what they want. So we've got to abide by financial fair play rules as well and all of this. And fans not buying the jersey is actually, is actually harming the club, right? But I tell you one thing, it's nice to see Rashford, Garnacho is there, Mount, Anthony looks all fired up as he does. Eric Ten Hag, all smiles, loving it back at home. Smart man, he would have wanted a couple of games at home before the season actually starts. So the lads, so by the time they play their game against Wolves, their first home game, their first Premier League game, they've played 3 times at Old Trafford. So I think that's good. Get that momentum of winning at home early. So I'm glad he's done this. So Rashford plays up top. Garnacho out on the left. Fernandez, Anthony, Mount, Casemiro, Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Dalot, and Onana. And on the bench there, which hopefully they will show now. And second, no, I don't know why they did that. They haven't shown. Well, here we go. The substitutions are on the screen. Will be interesting to see how many minutes he gives all of these lads. Right, bring it on. Right. Right, they're all hugging each other and giving each other a high five. I like that. It does look like, I will say this, it looks like that this group of players is a lot closer than I've ever seen them. And, Mount, Mount and Rashford already with the England setup, had that friendship with Shaw. The English players, especially, I right now Mount hasn't done that for me. That's made me excited. We do know there's a player in there because I think he had his best period for me personally when he wasn't he with Derby? Right, there's the Lens supporters, and we're kicking off now. Here we go. Let's see what score. So if you want to get your score predictions in, please do. It's Manchester United to kick off at Old Trafford for the first half. Here we go. And we're off. And we're off. Right. That's it. You want everybody to have a touch, especially at Old Trafford. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, nice bit of passing. Nice. Cass on the ball. As I said, see, this is good as well for Cass because people, you know what, Air fans, some of our fans, I should say, are clueless. They expect our players to be sharp. You do realize that Jordan pre-season players, different players, it'll always take them different times to get up to match sharpness. And it was the same when we first got Casemiro. He wasn't perfect when we first brought him in, right? He was a bit uneven because he was adapting, and every player has to adapt to a new season as well. Right, Onana is on the ball. United gave him a big chair. He didn't do that with the ball, he just handed it off. But it's the first time that United fans will see Onana uh, out straight, up close and personal. And, you know, Onana is just so, look at him. See, this is what I saw a lot of pre-season as well. Don't keep giving it back to. I know Eric Ten Hag, has his way, but I don't want the ball to just keep going back to the keeper either. Oh, we've been put under pressure. Martinez lost the ball. Onana with the save, but it was a weak shot anyway. But Onana straight out with the distribution. Right, so Lons are on the attack again. Bruno takes it down. Lovely, but Mason Mount gets the ball. He plays it off down the wing. It was a nice idea, but United have pushed forward. But yeah, scrappy few minutes, folks. Scrappy few minutes. United, just need to settle down. Just need to settle down. I know they want to impress the crowd, right? Just play as a game. What a tackle! What a tackle! What a ball! Go on, Ganacho! Go on, Ganacho! Into the box. Garnacho! Oh, he should have crossed it in. See, this is the one thing that's annoying me about him. He's done it a couple of times. When there's an opportunity for you to get the ball into the box, give it to them. There was no way you were scoring from there. I know you think you're Cristiano Ronaldo. There were three players in the box. But what a ball to set it off. But I will say this, Garnacho, he looks up for it, and that's what we want to see with the young lad. But he just bursts into the box. He's brilliant. It's just some of his decision making sometimes is just because obviously he only burst on the scene, so He will get it because Ronaldo wasn't perfect either. But there are times, where if he just looked up, but it was unfortunate. But he's looking lively. Oh, what a ball! Wow, what a ball! Oh, that was a nice bit of interplay. United are playing a nice. Are they accusing him of? That was a, right. Who's going to take this now? I mean, he did try to move around the player, but United's passing is very snappy. It's not, like sometimes, and I've seen it during preseason as well. The game gets slowed down, but it's not. It's pass, 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 pass. Right, Rashford's on this ball. I don't think he's not going to shoot from here, is he? Oh my God, he's not going to shoot from here. Come on, there's no way. Oh, let me see. Jesus, that was moving, but do you know what though? It's just thinking those positions, if the ball's a bit too far out, that's when they should play a short, right? Or whip the ball in. But I notice when we get the short ones, when we get a free kick within the box area, we always bleeding. Oh, nice, unlucky Anthony. Do you know what? Anthony is the player that I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do this season. Because I know a lot of people, complain about Anthony, but I think he's really good. I think last season it showed as well when he came off defensively, we became. But here he is on the attack, and this is what we want to see a little bit more of. Now take your man on. Oh, what about? Right, come on, Anthony, run into the box. Just yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, what a ball! Oh, unlucky. Unlucky for Bruno Martinez with a ball over the top to Bruno Fernandez. It was just a little bit too much on it. But by God, Bruno just applauded that ball. Oh, that is so close. What a ball by Martinez. Again, another player that Ten Hag wanted because of his ball distribution. Wow. But I tell you, we're looking. I said it at the start of the preseason. Look, at near the end, I kind of got a bit annoyed that we'd lost those 3 games. Um, but it's preseason. I've reflected on it. It's only preseason. Players are getting their sharpness up. But I'm like the manager. I want to win every game. Um, Manager's on the touchline. He's not moaning, but he's writing something down. He saw something he doesn't like. There he goes. With his little multi pen, the ones that you press click down, different colours. Len's on the attack. Lawns on the attack, I should say. Rashford picks the ball up, holds it up. Bruno, oh, what a ball. Go on, go on, go on. Mason Mount. Jesus, well done. Mason Mount ran that ball down. He's got the score though. He's got the score at Old Trafford. People doubt his signing. I'm one of those. it'll be nice for him to get his first goal at Old Trafford. Even if it is a pre-season friendly, you want to get off the mark at Old Trafford. So I hope he gets a sniff at goal. And remember, it is pre-season, so you know, as the season goes on, hopefully we'll see the best of Mason Mount. Because we know there is a player in there. Ah, Cass, don't be doing that. Come on. Right, so they have a free kick out. Oh, we played it in. Defended by United. Anthony gets the ball, holds the ball up. Well done, Anthony. Seriously, man, he's becoming me favorite. Like, I love Bruno. I have me favorite. We all have our favorite players, but Anthony is fast becoming a favorite of mine. I just love his attitude. Right? Sometimes he might walk on that line a little bit. But I love him. I love his passion. What a ball. Oh, lucky. Is he gonna shoot? Ball into the box. Defended by Luke Shaw. Bruno's on the ball now. Garnacho is ahead of him. He's looking around Bruno. Say he'll pick out a pass. He's just held on to it a little bit. Go on, Delo. You can keep that in. Nice. That's it. That's it. We're on that. Martinez past the halfway line there. So we're pushing up. What a ball. I mean, what a ball. I mean, you could see even the crowd, they know what they're going to get with Onana. And they know sometimes that he's going to really annoy us, right? And he'll probably be at fault at points lost, right? Okay. But it's that kind of ball. It's that. When he does that, in fairness to him, though, I reckon, Barthez, we've had keepers like that before that have been disasters. I don't think it's going to be a problem for Onana because of his personality, right? And this is smart by the manager as well. Get the new players playing in front of the Old Trafford crowd before the season starts. Get the news off. But I don't think this is going to be an issue with Onana. I mean, there he is again with the ball. I mean, that's a good ball. Rashford needs to be fighting for that a little bit more. But that's when Haaland will come in because Rashford is obviously playing in the position. Actually, Rashford finally admitted, because you know the way he said he's been saying that he could play as number 9. Well, he finally admitted in his interview with Gary Neville that he prefers playing out on the left now. And that's where he should be playing. So for the manager, yeah, he'd want a result here. He'll say that it's all about performance and stuff and getting the fitness up. You'll definitely want Anthony. What a ball. What a ball. Holy shit. What a ball. Go on. Oh, Mason Mount misses a sitter. What a ball! What was that? Someone has to. Oh my God! What was that ball? Oh, Mason Mount does one of those. We've seen him do it before. We've seen players do it before where they're right in the box and all they have to do is just put their foot on it and then they just totally misjudge it. But what a ball. Oh, man, show that ball again. I'm telling you, that'll be on all social media accounts later on. What a bloody pass and a half. Here it is. Bruno. Oh my God. Oh, that touch there by Garnacho was just. So you went to kick it. The ball was slightly behind Mason Mount and it hit his other leg. It happens. It happened. But that ball by Bruno, I mean, that's champagne football right there. That is just absolutely just. I thought, oh man, fans don't realise how lucky we are with Bruno. They always highlight his mistakes, right? Or highlight him more when we lose. But Jesus Christ, that's why we have him in the team. Garnacho back defending and keeping the ball from going out for a corner. This lad wants to prove to the manager that he's a starter. And this is why I think, Sancho is down the pecking order when it comes to wingers. Especially when Rashford goes back out onto the left and we have Haaland playing and then Anthony is fit as well if we are indeed keeping Anthony. I tell you, it's not being played like a pre-season friendly. I mean, there's a bit of intensity about this game. Martinez, great defending. Saved by Onana. Onana straight up, looking around, assessing his options. Right, here we go. Garnacho on the attack again. Sees a ball, gives it to Bruno. Kind of a Martinez one-on-one with a defender. This could be bad for United. We're just looking a little bit. Yeah, we're just a little bit vulnerable on the counter attack right now. I mean, Varane there as well. I don't think you get away with that in the Premier League, but a little tug back just to. But we do. We're looking a bit vulnerable now on the counter. That's a couple of times, but of course, remember, we can't really judge because it's only pre-season. They will get their match fitness and their sharpness up. Martinez on the ball, the halfway line, gives it to Varane. Delo, like, what you doing out there, Delo, anyway, man? Oh, what a tip off by Bruno. Oh, what a unlucky. I mean, there does seem to be a great understanding between Bruno and Mason Mount, which is a good thing to see. Um, and I think as the season progresses, those two will click. But look at this. I mean, what a ball. Give it. Bruno again. What a ball. Garnacho. Go on, Garnacho. He's in the box. He crosses it in. Mason Mount. Oh! It's a corner. Manchester United. Oh, Garnacho again, though. See, this is why that lad has to sit. He starts before Sancho. Don't care what anybody says. Right? Rashford out on the left. There is no, Man United fans, we have to be ruthless here. There is no room in the team for Sancho. Right? Pelestri starts before him as well. Right? Ahmad, if he comes back, I liked what I saw with Ahmad. It's going to take Ahmad a little bit more time to get back into the squad, obviously due to his injury. But there are players ahead of Sancho. Garnacho has to play. Right, here we go. We got a corner. Right, we got one ball. Oh my God, Garnacho nearly half volley. He got in well. He got in well. He looks a lot more. I don't know what it is. Did he take a bit of a sprout or something? And he looks a lot more. Well, we did see his training. He looks a lot more physical. But he's putting pressure on the ball. He's not. He's not taking this lightly. What a header by Onana just to get the ball away from there. I mean, this is just outrageous. The ball's pumped up. He has a defender running towards him, right? But he can't kick it because if he kicks it, he's obviously going to affect up. So he puts his head on it, but he heads it in such a way that it goes out towards the line to one of their players. But they were offside, but there's a mistake, a misplaced pass. Onana off his line, he's being lobbed, and it's 1-0. I mean, I don't even know. Look, I'm going to say this. I said this during preseason. Uh, I know Delos. I know Eric Ten Hag sees something in Delo, right? I don't, right? There's misplaced passes all over the shop with him. And I've seen a couple during preseason as well. I'm sorry, right? Most Man United fans will call this controversial, but you know, I see, Wan-Bissaka playing ahead of him. So yeah, thanks to the long missed pass, we're 1-0 down. Goalkeeper has been lobbed, which doesn't look good from the goalkeeper's point of view because we play such a high line now. But that's what's going to happen. He's going to concede a lot of goals like that, right? When you make mistakes like that, because of mistakes like that. That's why it's so important to have a back four that has a great understanding with each other. And Delo has been out of position a couple of times, actually. It annoys me because there's Wan-Bissaka on the bench. Wan-Bissaka should be on the pitch. I don't get this fascination with Delo, right? Wan-Bissaka to me, yeah, okay, fair enough. People will say that, going forward or getting the ball in the box, he's not great. Yeah, we all know that, right? But I think he's improved on that side of his game. But that goal is not conceded if Wan-Bissaka is there. Right, now Martinez being put under pressure. It looked like the Lens player had a bit of a kick out there. Martinez, yeah, gestures towards him. But there you go. Delo again. See, he's an absolute clown. Get him off. I mean, he's all. I don't care. I don't care that he plays for Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo, man. Right? And he can put in a good ball once in a while. He's not good enough. It's his fault that we're in this position again. So nobody can blame goalkeepers for goals being conceded, because if you analyse this game properly, you know who's at fault for the goal, right? And we got away with that one, well done. But the law, you know, you want to get your fucking act together. They're just, I don't know. He always seems to have this cavalier attitude, and I don't like it, man. Like, we shouldn't even be 1-0 down. Garnacho has it. Go on. Oh, lucky kid. It's all right, man. It's all right. You're doing all the good things. You're going to miss chances, but keep your head up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're getting into the squad this year. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're getting into the team. There's no way Sancho plays ahead of you, mate. Right? There's no way Sancho plays ahead of you, mate. You're in. I mean, look at this is Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. I mean, he just has no fear. And he's angry with himself. He's angry with himself because he didn't get a good connection on the ball, right? But I love it. This kid is just, he is a joy to watch. That's what they say he is. Oh, that was a bit of a naughty one from Martinez, but the referee's played advantage, but that could be come back for a yellow or a red card. I think that was a bit of revenge for, as I said, the Lens player had a bit of a kick out at him. Martinez has that in him, but I think and Casemiro as well. We want that grit, Anthony. We do want that grit, but I think Eric Ten Hag, especially this season, has to tell the lads, you know, just be careful not to cross that line, because we can't afford to lose Cass or Martinez or any of these sort of players. But there's a nice ball by Onana to Bruno. Bruno is being harried and he's being fouled, but he's still managing to. Look, what a tackle pass! Oh, Garnacho so far has been the standout player for me. Martinez, he's sizing it up. Will he play it out to Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw, Garnacho makes space for him. The ball to Shaw, gets it through. Garnacho. I mean, again, right, he got tackled there, but the fact that Garnacho is doing what Sancho hasn't been able to do, and even up to a point Anthony hasn't been able to do, We need wingers that are direct. But I think Ten Hag has got the balance right here with Garnacho and Anthony, you know, because while Garnacho is a little bit more attacking on his side, you know, Anthony's side is shored up. But again, Garnacho is going back and doing something. He's doing his defensive work as well on the Luke Shaw side. So the two of them are really doing well. If you look, nobody could tell me Sanchez gets in this team ahead of Garnacho. But I got a funny feeling that he'll be used as a false nine during the season. When Eric Ten Hag wants to give the strikers a rest, they're putting pressure. I mean, he won the ball. But look, it's at least the refereeing in these games will be better than the refereeing we've had in the LMS, right? I mean, I saw another incident as well. Messi fouls a player, right? Doesn't get a yellow card. He gets fouled, and it's not even a proper foul. And the other player, then he goes over like this, starts going, give your man a yellow card, and he gets a yellow card. Like Messi is a great player. You want to stop that nonsense? Go on. I mean, yeah. See, if you put your hand up, if you had just went like that, I think he would have got away with that. To be quite honest. But again, Rashford is playing through the middle, and he hasn't had much opportunity on the ball. And he even actually said that in his interview with Gary Neville. He goes, he knows as a number nine, you're probably going to not have many chances. Yeah, class. See, he looks a lot better now with a few games under his belt. United fans were all panicking. No need to panic. Some players just take a little bit more time to adjust to a new season, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they're all different ages as well. So, like, nobody ever takes that into account. Here's Rashford with a nice little ball. Shoot! That's a free kick. It has to be. Casemiro gets fouled right on the edge of the box, but he's gone mad because he had an opportunity, I think, to shoot, and he's not happy with that. Yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy at all. What a ball. Nice little interchange between him and Rashford. And yeah, in fairness, Casemiro was very clever at winning free kicks. That's all I'll say. Very clever. Right, Bruno, of course. So it's blown and over. Well, not just not good at free kicks. I don't even when we get into these positions, I don't hold out much hope. Bit of a delay. Referee's not happy that the wall was just not back enough. Told you. Except it did balloon over, hit the wall. Hit his head, yeah, player's head. Great header, yeah. Fucking is. Number 4 there for Lons. What a ball. What? Garnacho again. He shoots. Anthony! Oh! It's a corner. It's a corner. It's a corner. My satellite feed is a little bit behind anyway. Couple of minutes, but Garnacho with the ball. Anthony then tried. Oh, what a good defending. I mean, I will get. I know it's only pre-season, but we have lost the last 3 games. I would like us to stop the rot, you know. What a ball. Yeah, but I don't want positive moments. I want the bloody goal. Right? We want the goal, you know. I mean, Delo, I don't even know. Look, there, he's giving away, pal. He's pushing players and all down. Will you just get him off the? This is one thing Eric Ten Hag better get right. Right, when you see a player struggling and you see a player's not up to the fucking job, you hook him. It's as simple as that. Ferguson would have done it. Right? He wants to win. He's got to hook these players when they're not doing it. Right? And Delo is not doing it. Right? He just seems a clump. I don't get it with him. He's not good enough. If fans wanted him out the door a few months back, now they're all like, oh no, we keep him. He's not good enough. Wan-Bissaka is better than him. Even though Wan-Bissaka, can cross the ball into the box, but defensively, he's much better. We wouldn't have conceded that goal because Wan-Bissaka, his passing's got better as well. There's no straight pass. Wan-Bissaka would have took that ball instead of trying to pass it. Try to release Garnacho. See, this is the problem Eric Ten Hag actually has, though. You've got Garnacho on one wing, you've got Anthony on the other one, you've got Rashford playing through the middle, but then when Rashford gets pushed out to the wing, one of those players is going to miss out, and more than likely it's going to be Garnacho. But you know, I think it'd be harsh on Anthony as well for him to miss it. So Eric Ten Hag has a conundrum. He really does. And then on top of that, then you've got Sancho who isn't performing, and he's trying him a false nine position and all of this. Come on. Ah, come on, man. Anthony takes it quick. Like the low on the ball. Gives it to Anthony. Now take on your man. What a ball. Go on. Oh, Luke Shaw. Unlucky. It will be nice for us to get a goal before half time. I disagree. I don't think Eric Ten Hag, you know, I think he'll be happy about certain aspects, but I think the law, again, look at him. Like, get off the pitch, man. He just does this, you know, the way they do this new thing now where they put their hands behind their back and all of this other rubbish. Get him off the pitch. Eric is he's there now. Just get him off the pitch, man. He's not good enough. He's getting dragged out of position. Wan-Bissaka is keeping his position better than bleeding that lad. If we get a bid for the law, we should take it, man. Not messing. Right? Jesus. You know, Brandon Williams has played a couple of games for us, and he looks better than fucking the law. Well done, Anthony. What a ball. Oh, unlucky. Referee. Right, get up, Anthony. You don't want to be getting injured. I mean, it looked like that the ref was gonna like continue play for longs until Anthony didn't get up, and then he changed his mind. Martinez looking around at his options to Luke Shaw. Back to the goalkeeper. It's going to go back to the goalkeeper. It's going to go back to the goalkeeper. Back to Onana. Luke Shaw. Onana. What's his name? Told you to get lobbed up. I did actually say that when he got Onana. So he's going to get lobbed. And he got lobbed. all because of the low. Look, I mean, you're supposed to hug the touch line. Why are you coming inside for? Luke Shaw's hugging the touch line, right? Every time Varane picks up the ball, he has to check back because you're not in your fucking position. The low is awful. I don't care, and he's awful. He's absolutely awful. Like he has no awareness, man. It's unbelievable now because you can see the team is actually playing properly. We've actually got some decent players now, and he's being exposed big time. Anyway, 0-0. But for me, Delo has been the weak link in this first half. Garnacho has been the live spark. He's burst into the box a couple of times. Bruno with two of the sweetest passes I've ever seen on a football pitch. Yeah, they will be shown by United fans for a long, long, long time. And it looks like Casemiro's taking his jersey off. So he must think that he's coming off in the second half. So there's probably going to be a raft of changes. But as it stands, Manchester United 0, Lens 1. MUFC are saying it's great work by Manchester United. It is, but all undone by an idiot. I'm just going to turn off my camera because I'm going to have a half-time smoke break. But all the hard work that we've done in this half has been undone by an idiot. Right? Delo, he's not, no, I'm sorry, we have to be ruthless here. Delo needs to, if anybody comes in for Delo, sell him. Simple as that. That's where I stand on it, man. He's not good enough. He's not United quality. He's not. And I mean, we could argue that Wan-Bissaka isn't either, and your fans are probably right. But the thing about it is, Wan-Bissaka offers a lot more, in my opinion. So yeah, good first half though. Good first half. Undone, as I said, by a couple of mistakes. Couple of mistakes, man. Yeah. Remember when we had Mkhitaryan and Romero and goal, Valencia on the pitch, Fellaini. When we won the Europa League, there's Onana. Romero, we should never got rid of him. I'm not gonna lie, we should never got rid of Romero. He was a good goalkeeper. He never got his chance. He wanted to play football, but you know, I'd rather see him. I'd rather have Romero now as a backup goalkeeper. We can't get that second goalkeeper. But we always sell players that we shouldn't really sell. Um, but Henry is in the chat, says, "Hey Noel, I said it on last stream that I don't understand why we aren't going for a new right back." I know. I mean, he was at fault. Look, I'm not targeting him. I seen it there for myself. He is just so unreliable. Misplaced pass that led to that chip. It was his fault. He's not staying out wide. Luke Shaw is, you can see it. Luke Shaw stays out wide, but when you see the low, when, for example, right, when Martinez picks up the ball, right, on his side, right, there's an outlet ball for him, right? There's either an outlet ball for him out in midfield or out on the wing. And Luke Shaw is out there for him. So Luke Shaw is his out ball. But when it's on Rafael Varane's side, Rafael Varane has to check back all the time because the low is inside rather than being outside. He keeps coming inside, right? So then when he did pick up the ball, he was put under pressure straight away, right? And then he tried to pass the ball back, but because his passing is fucking awful. And I don't know what it is with modern players, but you were always told as a kid, right? Never play the ball across field unless you know you're going to get that pass. It has to be a guaranteed pass or it'll lead to a goal. I mean, he's not even doing the basics properly, right? He's not getting out on the wing. He's not doing the overlap runs that we know him for. He's done one or two. That's it. But defensively, he is all over the place. I would rather have Wan-Bissaka there. Yeah, he's not great. The people will argue Wan-Bissaka he's not. I think he's getting better going forward. He still hasn't got the last piece of the jigsaw, which is getting a good ball into the box. But what we have seen from Wan-Bissaka this preseason is he's been getting into the box. He's been bursting into the box. He nearly had a chance to bloody score. So he's improving. It's at least under him, under Eric Ten Hag, we could see that Aaron Wan-Bissaka's game is improving. Can we say that about the loan? No, I don't think we can. I think it's an absolute shambles that he's still here. You're right, we need a new right back. Right, I'd keep Wan-Bissaka. I bring in a new forced team right back or someone to even challenge Wan-Bissaka, right, and have them there. I don't want to see Dalot play for United this season. I really don't. Same with Sancho. You know, I think if people come in for them, sell them because we're looking to bring in other players. We could shore up the midfield a little bit more. We could shore up, the defense a little bit more, right? We could even try sneak in another striker if we do it smart. Harry Maguire, and McTominay. Looks like West Ham really want them. Obviously, we're not happy with the money that they're offering, but they may increase their bids, right? We get them two out, and then we get the low out. Right, that's a good few quid in the fucking kitty alone without getting rid of the other players. But we will get rid of some of those players as well. So I think we should be really cashing in on these players that I don't think cut it. We always talk about getting rid of the deadwoods, right? This was the season to do it. We've been hanging on with these deadwood for too long. But there's that Dalot pass. And again, when he passed the ball, he was near the middle of the fucking pitch. Like, you're supposed to be out on the wing. Like, that was lazy. And then Onana gets chipped. And of course, you know what's going to happen, don't you, Henry? You'll have all of these United fans saying, well, if he had been on his line, he wouldn't have conceded that goal. But the bottom line is he was playing high up because the defence was high up and he played the ball out perfectly. It's not his fault that the player that he gave it to is incapable of doing something with it. Unfortunately, this game comes too soon for Haaland, but I would have loved to see him come on and he's bound to get a goal first. Like, that was a nice bit of play. But where's the low now on the pitch? There he is there, right? There he is. He's literally near the penalty spot there when Anthony takes his shot. The highlight of this half, two players in particular, well, three players in particular. I think Casemiro was looking very steady. But Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes with the champagne passes, absolutely fantastic. And Anthony, yeah, he's got his limitations. He has his limitations. Look, Anthony will frustrate a lot of United fans, but I've liked what I've seen from Anthony. He still won't take on his player, but he does pick out these passes within the box that, they lead to chances, which some of them have. I don't have any issue with that. Um, He'll grow in confidence, and then eventually, because Eric Ten Hag has brought it up during the press conferences about the fact that, he was kind of moaning at the fact that these wingers would get into these positions and they pass the ball back rather than take their man on. So he's made it clear that he wants to see players take their man on, and I think Anthony has tried. I just don't think he has the pace that Garnacho has. But he has tried. But Anthony gives you stability. He is stable in that position. Look, he's not going to be the Cristiano Ronaldo's of the world, but he will pitch in with a lot more goals than he did last year. And that's all we want. We want players to contribute in any way that they can, and that's the bottom line. But we're getting ready now for the second half. The stadium is not full, so that's a message in itself. Um, but we're on an ad break now. As I said, I'm about a minute behind with the satellite feed, so just bear with us there. Actually, that'll give me a chance to fill up my coffee before the second half fills up. So just bear with me there for a second, guys. Teddy bears in here with me as well. So we'll see how many subs the manager makes for the second half. But he did say before the match that this would be the time, that players could get 90 minutes into them. So whether he means 45 minutes, two games over the 2 days, obviously 45 minutes first half, and then he changes it up second half, and then does the same for the next match, which means every player in the squad, if he puts them all on, will receive 90 minutes over 2 games, which I think is very clever. Again, the way Eric, apparently he's been involved in all of this planning for pre-season, and the way he has shaped this pre-season up, I've been very impressed, and the amount of games that we played. Yes, we haven't always got the results, but I thought in the first 3 games before it went a little bit pear-shaped, we were doing very well, and we didn't concede a goal. The Wrexham game was the turning point. And then since then, we played well in the games that we got beaten. Even the Real Madrid game, I thought we were very unlucky. I thought that the refereeing in that game, look, the refereeing in America was absolutely shocking. And I'm still annoyed at that, because some of those results were dictated by very bad decisions. Except for the Borussia Dortmund game, where we just for a minute lost total control. We lost total control of the game that we were in control of, winning 1-0, cruising, and then we could see the 2 quick goals. Our defence was a fucking shambles for those 2 goals. We got back into the game, and then of course the game changes then completely. So it's yeah, as I said, I've been impressed with the refereeing this season, pre-season. So I'm glad the last two games are in England. The refereeing has been decent enough here. So we're back now. Let's see what happens in the second half. But guys, uh, obviously, we want to be winning these games. But I've seen a lot that has made me happy. The passing is snappy, as I said. It's again, our season's going to be defined by whether we can cut out individual errors this season. There's still too many individual errors creep. Well, sorry, that's wrong. There's less individual errors happening, but the problem is there's still players on that team in that squad like the law that will always have that in their game. It's again why Fred unfortunately won't be a United player. I love Fred, but Fred is very inconsistent. The law is very inconsistent, and if we want to be winning Premier League titles or even challenging this season, well then we have to eradicate them all. We cannot have the mistakes that we've had last season because we need to push on now. Right, the Lads team is out on the pitch. Remember, I'm about a minute behind, folks, or something, so just bear with me. I'll knock the camera back on now in a second. Uh, Henry did say, I said on the last stream that I don't understand why we aren't going in for a new right back. Dumfries from Inter Milan would be perfect. We have been linked to him early in the transfer window, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Look, I do suspect if we get Amrabat, I don't know what the deal is with that because, as I said, I'm a bit behind on things, so I'm going to have to look at all the United news. And during the week, we'll have another stream before the season starts and the press conferences and all of that because the season is on us now. It's coming, you know what I mean? Isn't the Community Shield game on tomorrow or something? So the season is upon us. But the law is back. So I think sustained team doesn't look like there's many. I don't think there's any subs. For me, as I said, right, I'm gonna be out straight. Garnacho burst onto the scene last year, and that iconic goal that he scored against Aston Villa, which was obviously tainted because Ronaldo decided to have a bit of a bitch and a moan. But the lad, Eric Ten Hag, said when he got his new contract that he deserved it and that he worked hard. But now that he was here, he had to keep up the hard work, right? And he'd have to keep maintain that. And what I've seen from him during this pre-season is this lad looks, there he is again trying to get in tackles. He looks up for it. He's taking his man on. He's causing bloody problems. He's caused problems during pre-season. There's no way that he doesn't get into this squad. It's going to be hard because you got, like, who does he leave out? Anthony does well, and then if Rashford is out on the left, Garnacho. It's a lovely headache to have for the manager because I wouldn't like to be making those decisions. So both teams are unchanged. Right, Onana on the ball. Right. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on Delau. See there again, right? He's because he's not wide enough now. Look at this. See, Luke Shaw comes in as well. But what's interesting about Luke Shaw, right? You see, Luke Shaw will come in, but then, right, if he sees that there's going to be a ball on, he'll run out, right? He'll run out, he will. Whereas DeLong just seems to stay. There's not much movement from him. Right, we're on the attack. Bruno Fernandez. Oh, poor ball. But he's running back. That's what I like about Bruno. If he does misplace a pass, he'll run back. Oh, ooh. It was a bit of a stumble. Okay. Yeah. What a ball. What a ball. It's in. It's in. Marcus Rashford. Manchester United won. Lens nil. They've just come out flying. And Rashford looking for the ball back, but what a ball. Eric Ten Hag was only coming out. There was a bit of an exchange between Rashford and the keeper. Nothing to be bothered about, but Rashford wanted to get the ball back quick. But what a ball by Anthony to set. I mean, this is what Anthony brings you. Look at that. Put respect on Anthony's name. He has his limitations. I don't care. He's been brought in to do a specific job for the manager, and he does it. 99% of the time, he does his job. And we seen even last season when the manager did take him off, how our defence stuff completely. Well, look at that. Casemiro getting stuck in. Luke Shaw getting stuck in. Martinez to Mason Mount. Bruno Fernandez. We're all G'd up in this second half. Delau again. If just don't give the ball to Delau. Keep it all over the other side, will you, lads? Anthony, what a well done, lad. Oh, referee. United fan giving the Lance player a bit of stick. It took two of them to tell. Oh, that was a swipe. He's right. That is a yellow. That is a yellow. That was a swipe. I have to be honest. Now the ref was having the goal because Anthony went. I don't like when players do that, but that did look like a bit naughty there now. Right, who's taking this free kick? Right, Cass is in the box. Rashford, Varane, Martinez is getting jostled around. Bruno's taking it. Right, come on. Have you worked on something? Delau tried. See, I mean, I know all of these Portuguese players love trying these like volleys and stuff, but I mean, Delau, come on. See, if that was Gary Neville, right? Here's the difference, right? Gary Neville gets a lot of stick, but that was Gary Neville in that position. Do you know what would have happened, right? Gary Neville would have picked out Garnacho that was at the back in the back post or tried to get him. He would have kicked the ball in. Delau just lumps it. and hopes for the best. Oh, Garnacho tried something, but is that Bruno? Don't get injured, Bruno. We don't. Bruno chasing the ball down. I just love Bruno. I just love his commitment, man. Oh, the missus is being shot. The missus is being shot. God knows what surprises she brought home for the dog. Oh, United's on the attack. Garnacho. Come on, Garnacho. Come on. What a ball. It has to be. It is. Yes. Anthony gets a goal. What a ball, boy. Garnacho. Get him. Oh, they're not happy about it. They're not happy about it. Who gives a shit? For 1-0 down, the 2-1 up. Anthony, let's say. I say these things before they happen. Anthony, what a ledge. Casemiro giving him a bit of encouragement as well. But look at that from Rashford, the layoff. He gives it to Garnacho. Garnacho just keeps running with it. He picks out Anthony with a beautiful ball. Anthony force touches brilliant and then dinks it over the keeper. Force touch brilliant and then just side foots it past the keeper. Dink side foots it. What a ball by Garnacho. Again. No, look at that. If people tell me that Sancho plays ahead of Garnacho, right, or plays ahead of Anthony, he's a crazy. He's a crazy. Right? Absolutely bonkers mad. Right? No way. That is what it's all about. Look, the manager won't want to be conceding goals, obviously. But well done. Martinez. Mason Mount. You got dragged down, ref. The ref gave the free. Okay. I don't know what to really say about Mason Mount. I mean, you don't hear his name too often, but the midfield does seem to be playing well. So obviously, he has to be playing well, is what I'm trying to say. It's just you don't hear his name being mentioned often. I would love him. I would love to see him score now in this game, though, because he did have a chance and he miskicked it. But I would love him to. I would love him to get a goal because I think it would do the world good, especially at Old Trafford. But there you go. He is. He's putting on the press. I mean, he is just like Bruno Fernandes. He's just a running machine. Like Anthony, they'll just run. See, this is what I like about this United team. Eric Ten Hag has put a lot of, players that are going to run their socks off to the very last minute. And then, of course, then you sprinkle all of that with players that can do amazing things, and you've got a good team. There's Sancho. He's getting a bit of a cheer off the United fans. Obviously, they will want to see him on. Look, I really hope he can. I really hope he can actually, prove all of us wrong. Really do. But knowing from experience and watching United all the years I have, it's not very often that a player can recover. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. We'll see what happens. Eric Ten Hag will give him time because I don't know. Eric Ten Hag believe this. This is one thing I will say about our manager though. He'll give a player every chance possible to make it at United, and then if they don't, Garnacho again. Look at this referee. Did he get it in the neck? I mean, he just keeps. Even if it looks like he's not even going to get away from them, the ball just sticks to his foot. Look at this, man. I mean, the ball just sticking to his feet. I mean, he reminds me of Ryan Giggs. And then he does it, he's clever. Right? What Giggs used to do as well, if he knows that he's not going to get out of a tight spot, he'll kick the ball a little bit forward and then the player will come over and whack him. That's what's happened, and he's won as a free kick. I'd love Luke Shaw to whip this in. Bruno might whip it in, but this looks perfect for Luke. It is, Luke. It's in! Casemiro. Rashford was celebrating, but I think it's Casemiro's goal. It might have hit off Casemiro. The Lions players are looking at the lines, man. Let's see. It is. It is Cass. Is it Cass? Yeah. Rashford headed the ball and it went in off Casemiro. Yeah, went in off Casemiro's shoulder. Is it his shoulder? Let's see. Cass is loving it. Cass is loving it. Big smile on his face. 3-1 to United. It has been a demolition job in the second half. We're swarming. Garnacho again. Unbelievable. If this is what's going to happen this season, these type of performances, bring it on, I say. Bring it on. I cannot wait. I've already been excited. No, I know that United fans doom and gloom because of the owners and all this, but football matter. Things on the pitch is what matters. And Rashford again keeps the ball, gives it to Garnacho, plays it out to Bruno. Bruno with the little dink. What a ball, but unlucky. Anthony picks the ball up. Gives it back to Bruno. Bruno gonna go back to Onana, isn't he? Oh, Martinez, he nearly messed up there, but Martinez with a great recovery back to Onana, and he's gonna play it out to Luke Shaw, isn't he? Yeah. I already know, man. This defense is already clicked with this goalkeeper, and you know what? It'll only get better as the season goes on. But you can see it already. They've clicked. They've actually clicked, and it's great to see. Mason Mount picks it up. Give it. He's after being fouled, but he should have let it off. Again, he wanted to do a little bit too much. There's Bruno on the run. There's a simple ball there. Right, so Bruno standing over it. Luke Shaw's hovering. Luke has walked away. Bruno dinks it in. Brutal ball. We have to improve on that definitely this season, is our distribution into the box. It's awful. Bruno again. What a ball. Unlucky. Luke Shaw in the middle of the... I mean, there's 4 United players around one Lons player to hunt down the ball, and they obviously give away the free kick. But there's Casemiro getting in there. Then Mason Mount, then Luke Shaw comes in. 3 players around one Lons player when they pick up the ball. It's like they're hunting in packs. And I've noticed that the Lons keeper's trying to play the ball out from the back, like he's probably looking, hey, Eric, I know you're looking for a second goalkeeper. But this is the performance that I believe we needed, to be quite honest with you. The end of the States tour didn't go well, but the first 3 games were amazing. And this is more like it now. This is United are snappy, passing is crisp now. The goalkeeper is calm. Casemiro's looking smooth. Garnacho is looking like he's going to be a world beater this season. All right, a couple of the United substitutes now warming up. Ericsson is warming up as well now. So I'm pretty sure Eric Ten Hag may, in the next few minutes, start taking some of these players off now and giving them a well-earned break. And it'll give the other players now a chance that have impressed me during pre-season now to continue on impressing us. What a tackle. United just tackling. Varane is down. See, United fans will get worried when Varane. See, I think the manager now, because the match is getting a bit. I mean, we're still playing well, but there's a few little tackles flying in there now. Right? Anthony wins. What a ball. I mean, he won that ball well. Right, Sancho's coming on. He's giving them instructions. Look, if this works out with Jadon Sancho, I don't see him as a false nut. I really don't actually. But if Eric Ten Hag believes that he can get the best out of Sancho in that position, and he starts banging in goals, look, if he bangs in goals, right, then he's doing his job, then, isn't he? So, like, that's all we want to see from Sancho. I never thought we should have bought him anyway when we were linked to him. And I thought it'd be a mistake us buying him. And I want to be proven wrong, but so far it looks like that a lot of United fans' fears that they had about Sancho have come true. But Eric, he's our manager. We got to trust him. I would sell Sancho tomorrow, but if the manager believes that he can get the best out of Sancho playing as a false 9, remains to be seen. He has scored 1 goal from that position. Does he come on or does he take off one of the wingers? It'll be interesting to see if he takes off Rashford, or is he going to take off Anthony or Garnacho and then move Rashford then out onto the wing? He'll be annoyed that he conceded that goal, in fairness, but Onana hasn't been really good. I think there's been a couple of shots on his goal, but they've been pretty weak. And their goal that they scored was a mistake by our defender. So here we go. Oh, is it Garnacho? Garnacho's coming off. I think he wants to keep Garnacho fit because Garnacho's proved to be a lightning rod right now. Right, what happens here? Does Rashford go out onto the wing? Does Sancho go straight up through the middle? Or is Sancho going to stay out on the wing? Oh, what a save by Onan and then followed up by off the line. What about go on? Right, but don't start doing this crap where we make a substitution and you fall apart. You know, keep playing the way you've been playing. Right, it looks like by the looks of things, it looks like Rashford is still playing through the middle. Interesting. The low again, he just I know, get the ball. I don't know what it is with him, right? Like, he clears the force ball, which then leads to Onana saving and then him having to clear the ball again. It just seems like every time Delon gets the ball, I know he has to hoof it, but he always seems to hoof it in areas where it goes to an opposition player. I mean, Gary Neville would get the ball out onto the wing, or at least he'd go out for a throw in. Now he's had to get in his head to that, and he probably got a smack of the boot. But there, he's cutting in again. Watch your man behind you. There you go. Now you're looking, but you got two men behind you now. There, Anthony is back with him now. That's it. Actually, I better plug the bloody computer in. Or we're about to go offline. We should be okay now. Yes, we got power. We got power. Right, couple of subs from Lons. Some of these players will want to prove themselves as well. So I think this is the point where Eric should make a few more subs now, because some of these players will be eager, especially the Lons players as well, eager to impress their manager. And, this could be the chance. The last 20 minutes of a game are always the most crucial because, when you got a game, when you're winning like this, and this is what Eric Ten Hag will want to do this season. He'll want to blow teams away in the first half or score as many goals as he can in the first half. So then when it does get to the 60th minute mark, the 65th minute to the 70th minute, he could start making his substitutions then and bringing off his most important players and wrap them up in cotton wool. That's what we need to do. So Lons have made a lot of subs. Bruno with a great ball out to Luke. Garnacho, Sancho loses the ball there. Nice ball. The attack. There you go. One of the substitutes taking a shot there. That's what I mean. They'll be eager to impress. Oh, what I mean, that is just he nutmeg Martinez. He looks like he's in a tight spot. He's not going to get out of it, and he just. But they have a little bit of a momentum now. Ball into the box, defend it, and then the follow-up shot is absolutely off the mark. But again, they're showing a little bit of spunk near the end. These Lons players, a lot of them 20 minutes to impress the manager. So again, though, Delao, he gets his head on the ball. I don't know. He reminds me of Harry Maguire. They just seem to be the two most unluckiest defenders in the Prem. Even the Harry Jordan preseason, there was a ball that he played. Oh no, he headed the ball to defend it, and the header was so bad that it hit off their bar and it was nearly an on goal. I mean, he's very unlucky, but I have to say when he was on the games, his passing was great. He's just too slow on the ball, and you could notice the difference when Harry and Lindelof are on the pitch. When Victor is on the pitch. This is why you need Varane and Martinez, and they're a bit more snappy. And I do believe we should have another, defender. United fans looking for another goal, of course. What a ball. What a ball. Rashford could have had it. I mean, should have been. Ball clipped off him. Martinez again. I mean, this is preseason. You know what I mean? And it's this is the attitude I like from these players. It might be pre-season, but this is not being played like a pre-season. Give it to Bruno. Anthony on the ball. Back to Bruno. Oh, Bruno with a shot. Unlucky. He always looks angry, Bruno. You know when he gets a shot on goal and he always looks angry. He looks like he just wants to score every time he gets into a position that he thinks he can score. And it annoys him when he doesn't. But Mount trying to harry the ball. I will say Mount's work ethic you cannot take away. Eric believes he will add goals to his game. Again, we have to trust the manager. But look at that. I mean, he picks it up on the edge of the box, takes a shot, the keeper saves it, goes a little bit, I should have scored that. Chases down the ball again then, boys, you know? Doesn't even give up there. He chases down the ball to try to get the ball again because the keeper parries it out with his fists. Rashford getting back. Casemiro getting back. You know, just brilliant. Luke Shaw on the ball. Right, Onana has made a mistake. And he got a bit of a cheer. Because the first mistake he's actually made all game. Look, I think Onana will be fine. We had our worries when they're playing at United. Right, he's had a sticky moment here. So the ball goes in. It's chipped. He gets the first contact on the ball, and then obviously the player tries to get it and he knocks it out. So it is actually a good little double save there. But a little bit of a shaky moment there. United's defence obviously being put on a little bit of pressure because we got new lads in on the pitch. Yeah, I want this ball to go up the other end of the pitch because, this player is annoying on Anna. Here we go. Rashford on the ball, checks back, wants to bring more players into play. Gives it to Cass, who gives it to Martinez, back to Rashford. Whacks it out to Anthony. Nice little ball. Anthony will try to. He's right. Forson's get because I thought Forson did well, and scummy player tried to have him sent off, so the manager hooked him. I really believed he was doing well, so I hope Forson comes on here now and does what he's been doing pre-season. Again, another direct player. But again, even as Anthony was coming off, manager shook his hand, but then had a few words with him, pointing out some things. Elite. That's what you want. Even though Anthony has done well, he's like, look, there's still a few things you could have improved on. And that's what we need. We need him. It's been a long time since we've had a manager that demands that, you know. Martinez again with the defend and Sancho with the ball off. He did try tread the ball through. He's apologised, but that was a nice idea. I'll give it to you there. That was a nice idea. But Sancho looks, I will say he's made a bit of a difference since he's come on. Um, but we are going to keep him. It'll be interesting to see what happens. It's been a good performance. It's a performance that we needed definitely. Um, the American tour didn't end as we might have hoped, but there were a lot of positive signs during that pre-season US tour. So we're seeing again. We've seen an improvement. We went 1-0 down, and we've killed the game off essentially. And that's what we need to be doing. But it was an individual mistake which led to the goal that we conceded. And if we can eradicate those individual mistakes and not make as many as we did last season, then we will have a very good season. But Delo has actually, he's done a bit better this half. But again, I still have issues with certain things that he does. But at the end of the day, we're winning now. But when these games matter, that's when obviously we will judge. But Rashford on the ball. Oh, go on, go on. Oh, Rashford looks, lads. Rashford looks hot, man. Telling you, he's doing these little step overs, and it's not pointless step overs. They're actually doing something. This is just brilliant play by Rashford. Look at that. I mean, this is just. I mean, that is just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous, man. I believe I think Rashford's gonna do very very well. All right, so they're making a ton more substitutions. Lawns are. I mean, it's kind of a bit pointless now with a few minutes to go. Like what you like? I mean, come on. So tomorrow's game is at 4 o'clock, guys. Athletic Club we play. We play tomorrow. Athletic Club. And the Lons fans are having a merry old time at the new standing area that they have now, the safe standing area at Old Trafford. They're having a bit of a blood. Fair play to them. It's the first time we played them as well, apparently. So, good on the fans, but just got beaten 3-1. And that's why we'll always be elite and you will always be, minnows because, you are losing 3-1 and you're celebrating like a bunch of morons. I'm only messing. This has been a good performance, guys. I'm not going to lie. I've actually been very impressed with the way we played, especially in the second half. Um, and as I said, in the first half, we actually didn't play bad either. It was an individual error that led to the goal. But in the second half, the United players from the first whistle just up the pace. and up the pressure that little bit more, and that led to the 3 goals. We've been absolutely fantastic in the second half. Forson again. Forson comes on, and he takes up that role. He's tracked back. He's trying to win the ball, put pressure on the ball. Sancho as well, in fairness to him, has been doing a lot of running. Come on, Rashford. Rashford hunting the ball down. Gives it back to the keeper. Rashford still running. Parsons over there now to put pressure on Rashford again on the goalkeeper. Trying to put pressure on. Not bad. Not bad. They're literally, they're literally wave surfing a launch from across the pitch. Like they're doing. These launch fans are crazy. Your team's losing 3-1, these lunatics. But that's what I love about football. Do you know what? They came to Old Trafford, pre-season, and they played against Manchester United's team, and it's just brilliant. Sancho with the ball out now. Come on, let's get another goal here now and really kill this game. Luke Shaw. Oh, he tried to dink it in there. Martinez gets the ball back to Wallaball, but out. Casemiro loses the ball. Oh, what a save by the goal. Oh, Nana. What's his name? Oh, Nana. What a save. Oh, Nana. What a save, man. Sorry, I just came up with that myself. Or, on the spot. So, yeah, what a save. Martinez did get his foot on it originally, but it ricocheted, and Onana had to be aware there, and he was aware. The result we need now, we can get another result tomorrow. 2 wins before we play Wolves. This will be absolutely fantastic, man. I tell you, be a good start. As I said, we need to be, get the momentum of winning at Old Trafford early. And I think this is why the manager wanted a couple of home games. It's absolutely smart thinking, because we need to start. Look, if we're serious about challenging, right, then we need to be hitting the ground running. Because remember, I always believe this: Manchester City are always slow starters, man. This is why Arsenal were able to get into the position they were last season. But the difference with them is they choked. Whereas if we can actually do something good here, Sancho keeping the ball well, unlucky lad. But that's what I want to see more of, man. You do that all season, man, right? Then United fans will get behind you. It's just sometimes he's on the pitch when things are not going well for players, especially with United. Their heads drop quite a lot, and they just don't look bothered. But come on, ref! How many times does Bruno have to be taken down? I need a haircut. Gonna have to get a haircut before the bleeding season starts off proper because I can't be dealing with this all fucking season. Right. Is this gonna be this will be the last action of that half? And that's it, folks. It's Manchester United 3, Lens 1. Absolutely fantastic game of football. As I said, we played well in both halves. I think in the second half in particular, we did step it up, and we had goals from Rashford, Anthony, and Casemiro. Rashford could have had that as a second goal, but it did come off Casemiro. I do suspect though VAR had been available. I don't know if that goal would have been given. We'd have to see it again. But again, a win. We needed it, in my opinion, important going into the season. Palestri is there. I reckon some of these players that didn't play today, because he only made a couple of substitutions. So I reckon the players that were on the bench will get a chance to play tomorrow. And then the likes of Bruno and all of these first team players that we know will probably come on with a couple of minutes to go just to keep. So every player is going to get some time. But look, I'm really impressed with United. Yes, the American tour didn't end the way we wanted to, but I'm actually liking what I'm seeing from this team. And they do seem to have that grit and determination, and they're not going to give up like other United teams would absolutely collapse. I think he's building something here. I just hope that if the players do get a bad result in the Premier League, right, if they do get one, that they don't fall apart. It's very important that these players believe in themselves and believe in what the manager is trying to do. And if you hear the likes of Luke Shaw, the way he's talking about the manager, there was never talk of top four, right? They weren't even talking about top four, right? Elite mentality. He wasn't even getting it. Yeah, we have to make top four. He was like, I want to win trophies. That was it. He went in there and said, right, I want us to win the Premier League. Well, he didn't come out and say he wanted to win, but he kept saying, I want to win every game. Elite mentality. So there was no talk yet we have to get into top four. When Luke Shaw was being interviewed, Rashford as well, they said it, manager didn't even talk about top four. And a lot of these players, Jordan, look, I think the thing that we have to be excited about as Manchester United fans is, yes, the first team squad looks like it's clicking now. But for me, I think the highlight has been some of these youth players. And there's a lot of youth players that played Jordan pre-season that I think have big futures here. Some will get loans out of the club so they can build up that. But I hope a lot of these players, if they can get teams maybe Championship or the Premier League, some of the lower clubs maybe, because they need that experience in the English game, I think. So, look, I'm very impressed. 3-1 to Manchester United. If I was to rate this performance out of 10, this would be the highest rated performance of the pre-season. I would have to give this an 8.5 out of 10. As I said, the highlight in this game for me was Garnacho. I think, him just going direct just opens up so many possibilities. Onana's passing, absolutely brilliant. He's gonna be one of those players. We're gonna have great moments with him, moments where we're unbelievably fascinated by the guy, and there'll be times where we'll be angry with him because he will make mistakes. But Garnacho, Sancho done well. Bruno Fernandes with 2 of the passes of the game. Sorry. If this was I would say right now, right, 2 of the passes of the season, right? And I know it's only pre-season, But you have to look at those passes by Bruno in that game again, folks. Right, those passes are actually going to be clipped by fans on social media, and you're going to see those passes. I mean, champagne football. I like the way we zipped the ball around, and we weren't resting on our laurels. So look, happy that this game is done. We've hopefully come out of it with no injuries, but a 3-1 win to Manchester United, and happy days. I will be back tomorrow, folks. We will be covering the Athletic Club game. That's on at isn't it 4 o'clock? Hold on. Yeah, it's on at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So come and join us. I will throw that stream up in a few minutes, but do come and join us because we do appreciate all the support that we have gotten on this channel so far, and we'd like to see a lot more years over the season. Come on, and then eventually, if we get enough people watching, I'll be able to bring on some guests, bring on some of you guys in the chat, and you can give us user match reaction and stuff like that. So yeah, check out for those. So I'll talk to you later. And before tomorrow's game, obviously, if Ten Hag says any words, we'll come on and do a little video on what he had to say about this game and tomorrow's game, and then we will be live at 4 o'clock for that, the last game of pre-season. So come and join me for that, folks. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.